All right. What's up, everyone? This is Isaac with Hunger Smash Fitness. We are here today with my esteemed co-host, John, over at My Block Strongest Man. And we are going to discuss who the strongest women of 2021 were. I guess we're not only going to discuss the strongest, but, we'll discuss all of the strong women of 2021. So I guess, John, if you want to get into it, or
I do. I was just wondering, first of all, what's the best Christmas present you got? You guys celebrate, right?
What's the best Christmas present? That's a tough one. I didn't ask for anything this year, really, so I just got a bunch of odds and ends for different stuff.
Nice.
I don't know. I think probably my favorite Christmas present was the one that I bought for myself, which was the Evolution Athletics soft belt by Brian Shaw. But
nice. I bought myself a present last year, and my wife yelled at me like I was the worst human being ever. Like, you're not supposed to do that. So I didn't do that this year.
Fair enough. Yeah, that's fair enough.
No, I got you ever see the Aero Gardens? Like, you can grow your own plants and stuff with no soil. Like, they're just pods you put them in.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So my mom got me one of those actually, and it's really cool because I want to make myself world situation proof. Like, I'm going to have my whole own food supply going. And, they grow 5 times faster than they grow outside because they have the grow light and have some different salads growing. And Isaac, let me tell you, they're growing wait a minute, let's be holiday centric. How do you think they're growing? They're growing like the Dickens.
Okay, I was going to go with that, but I wasn't quite sure.
They are growing like the Dickens.
That's awesome. I know I've gotten the chance to work with some of those different, like the aero or hydrostatic systems or whatever before.
Hydroponic,
and hydroponic. There you go. Those are pretty cool. It'd be fun to get something like that set up. But
yeah, your kids would love it. My kids check it every day, so it's
oh definitely.
And then I got farmer's handles this year too. So I was actually just trying them out right before I hopped on with you today. And, you've never tried something before. So I'm like, let me pick these up empty and just see how they feel. And I have the Titan ones. And so they're 52 pounds each. So, you're thinking, all right, that's 100 pounds for someone who's never done it before. That's something, right?
Yeah.
I picked these things up and I literally could run top speed with them. So I'm like, all right, I got to put some weight on these things. So I ended up it's funny for people that told me you will be able to do more with farmers than picking up 2 dumbbells and walking with them. They were right. The most I've ever picked up dumbbells and walked with were 110 pounds per hand. I did 157 per hand on farmers. So I was pretty proud of myself.
Nice. That's that's a great starting spot.
Maybe 25 feet, something like that. So it was pretty good.
Perfect.
The only problem with these is the cardinal sin that, the esteemed JF Crone told me about is true. The knurling on these hurts like hell.
Yes. Yeah. Farmer's handles with knurling or anything, or I've had some that were painted over and stuff, and then they're overly slick and you can't hang on to them. It's just, they're fun to play with though. I love doing farmers. So.
Yeah, for sure. But all right, so the way that I do this is I have the 2 separate lists because I had my first list and then I took a lot of heat for that list. And then I made the second list and then I said, all you people giving me heat, you're wrong because both lists have merit, right? So I ended up doing both of them. And so the one thing I want to share first, I have to kind of sort the second list, but let me show you the first list. And before I show it to you, can I ask you to guess? So just to give you the difference between the 2 lists again, the first list is a pure points earned out of points possible. So all the things all the contests that you've been in, what is your percentage of points earned out of points possible across all of your events? And then the second list brings into account where did you place in those particular contests to get a full picture, right? Because if you earned a lot of points against not many people, as opposed to earning a lot of points in OSG or Strongman Corp Nationals where you beat 30 other people, it should count for more. So things like that. So on the simple list of points earned out of points possible, before I show you who's number 1, and your clue is she was on our channel. Actually, I think you copped out of that one, so she was on my channel.
So I'm guessing that was Nadia then?
No.
Or which? Did I cop out of more then?
Maybe if you didn't cop out on this one, I'll apologize. But
let's see, because we had Gabby and
as you begin to guess, I will begin to share.
Yeah, I was gonna say maybe no. I don't know if I was invited to the Donna one.
Erin Murray.
Oh, that's right.
Erin Murray has the highest points earned out of points possible of 248 strong women that I tracked this year.
How many strong women?
248 that I tracked on this list. I actually have to DM her and congratulate her. Like, this is
oh my goodness, that's awesome.
Coming out ahead of Olga is saying a lot.
Yeah, I know. Well, coming out ahead of a lot of these, I mean, like, because there's a lot that many would consider are the greatest of all time, such as Donna Moore and so on. Like, and the fact that she beat them, that's pretty good. Which now to caveat that, because as we discussed before, if you only do one or two shows and you take first place in those two shows, then points earned, whatever, could potentially put you at the top of the list.
And that was the birth of the second list.
Yes.
So I'm going to stop sharing for a moment while you buy some time and I make sure I'm sorted correctly on the second list, because I was in the middle of it while I was about to join. This should just take a minute.
Yeah, we'll have to make some medals or something to congratulate our strongest, like our top 3 strong men and top 3 strong women of 2021 or something.
You know what I should do? I've been trying to get a business going with my 3D printer to print action figures for strongmen and strong women. So I have gold, silver, and bronze filament. So maybe we'll try to work something out that way.
Fantastic.
Yeah, do some special editions.
Yeah, we can totally do that and do a post and congratulate them and say, job well done for 2021 from Strong and Stronger.
Yeah, for sure.
That's awesome. Wow. So Erin, how many shows did Erin do though? Because she
did like OSG. She did. I have to check. Just let me finish sorting this and then I will check it for you.
Yeah. Because I was going to say, I think she did like 3 or 4 shows. I don't remember hearing her name more than that. But as you said, there's 238 strong women, and I definitely was not tracking all of them.
248. Don't cut me short.
248. Sorry. Okay, so I was tracking like maybe half of them I follow on Instagram and otherwise.
Yeah. But, so let's see. How many shows did she do? This Excel is bugging out on me for a second, but she did. Erin did. Yeah, I only have her for OSG, but she did. Let me share this. When I share this, like, you're gonna. I mean, look at this. Log press, 20 points earned out of 21. Car walk, 20 out of 21. Deadlift, 20 out of 21. Carrying drag, 20. Like, she didn't do bad in anything.
Oh, my goodness. Yeah, I guess her worst event is bag over bar.
Yeah, exactly.
She got 3rd instead of 1st or 2nd in that.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah. So the crazy thing is, like, this isn't. See how they're out of order? It's not.
Oh, interesting.
Rewarding for some reason. So let me stop sharing and you buy some more time. Let me see if I can fix this. Yeah, she was actually on with Inez Carrasquillo. I think you missed that. She's awesome too.
Yes. Yeah, I did watch it, and I think I did post it on my channel as well, just so people would have the option to see it. But
yeah, for anybody watching, Inez ends up pretty high on this list as well. So hopefully I can fix this. Of course, I was working on it all day, and it worked fine. Oh, there we go. Okay. My data has headers. That should do it. All right, let's see.
Yeah, I think that was right during finals week or something like that for me. And
was it?
I forget what something was going on. I can't remember what it was, and I ended up having to miss that live stream. But
okay. Yeah, I'm going to close the spreadsheet and reopen it real quick. But how about some guesses on who you think will be near the top of the list when we equilibrate for placings. And even I threw in records as well. So a few of our ladies have world records this year. I put all of that in. So let me just brag for a second. You're not going to find this level of detail anywhere else. Like I feel very confident in saying that. And especially outside of the top 10, everyone else is doing top 10s, and I haven't even heard of top 20s. Nobody's doing a top 248. So I'm trying to give accolades to everybody who's done wonderful things this year. So, please tune in for that.
For everybody watching this, please like this video and make sure that you're subscribed to my channel, and then head over to John's channel, and he will be doing more complete lists and all that sort of stuff as well. And he loves the analytics side. I dabble in the analytics side, but I am not nearly as good at it as he is. So make sure you check him out.
Yeah, this is weird. I don't know. It's not sorting correctly anymore for some reason. Oh, okay. I think I know why it is. No. Yeah, I don't know. It's not assigning the right numbers for some reason. Like it's making number one someone who's not number one. Sorry about that. This worked right before I got on. Well, you want me to just tell you who number one is? Because I remember. It's not right now, but
we could. I was going to say also, if anyone's watching this, and if you want to put your guesses in the comment section while he's trying to get this sorted out, let's get some guesses going as to who was the number one strong woman of 2021. I have a feeling Annabelle Chapman was up there. Probably Donna Moore, of course. Trying to think of who else placed consistently high in multiple competitions. It's not working out for you?
No, it's all mixed up. Like the math changed right when I got on this live stream. Sorry about that.
Oh, that's all right.
Yeah. Yeah, like for example, it has Donna Moore at 39 and she was like 7 or something like that.
Yeah, I was going to say, I thought she would be pretty high up there.
Hey, you know what? Why don't I just share it while I fix it so you have something to look at?
Perfect. Sounds good.
Yeah, so since it got all messed up, we'll let the cat out of the bag. Annabelle Chapman was number one, so you were right there.
Oh, okay. That's kind of what I thought, because I've seen her name multiple times, and I just feel like, yeah, I mean, she's a beast. Yeah, she's fantastic.
Yeah, so basically the way it works is I have my data for everybody. Let's take Annabelle Chapman as an example, and maybe as we walk through it, we can figure out what's wrong, all you Excel fans out there. So
definitely not my strong point, so you've got me on that.
Yeah, so we'll pick Annabelle Chapman. And so here's all the data I have for her this year, right? So I have her in Wuss Dubai, UK's strongest woman in official strongman games. And then what happens is I add in her placings there as well. So this was, sorry, that was a little fast. This is points earned out of points possible. And that's how I get my percentage. And then for those of you who have seen me do this for the men, I have my multipliers. So Wuss Dubai, I consider a world level event. So it's just the points are what they are. It's times 1. UK's is regional. It's not quite a world level event. So I multiply it down a bit. And then OSG, I have international, which is one step below a world level event. So I multiply that down very slightly. And that's how you equilibrate strong women who have competed in contests at different levels with each other when they come together in a comparison like this of folks who have done world level competition. So that's how I equilibrate it all. So then what happens is I do the placing. So I come in here, and if we look for Annabelle Chapman here as well, you'll see I have her placing. So she placed first at Wuss, 5th at UK's, 3rd at OSG. She won Britain's and she won England's. So 3 first place finishes is a little unbelievable in 1 year, and that's why she gets boosted to the top of the list. One of the big main reasons.
3 out of 5. Well, and she podiumed 4 out of 5 of the competition.
I had actually forgotten about England's, but on the WUS Instagram, they mentioned it, that she's England's strongest woman. And then on top of that, some of you may have forgotten, she set an axle overhead press world record this year too. So she got points bumped up there as well. Here's how many competitors I tracked: 247. Thank you to me. And then let me just resize this for a second because the sharing StreamYard button goes right over where I want to click on the next tab. And so we go to our pivot table. And so basically here, this is how everybody is sorted. So you'll have Erin Murray, as we said, was at the top, and here's how it breaks down. So it says, what weight class she competed in at various competitions. I called it light middleweight. It was that, that 73 kilo and below weight class they added into OSG this year.
Yeah.
So I just called it light middle. And this is her breakdown per event, her percentages, and then the adjustments because it was a one step below a world. Although for her, it is world, so I probably shouldn't have done that. She'd be even higher, actually. So she'd be better than number one.
Yeah. Well, that's the tough part, too, with because light and middleweights, OSG is the world level, and then heavyweights is then they can go on to other stuff. So,
yeah. So then here's Annabelle Chapman. So this is how she breaks out. So then, all her competitions were open weight. She never competed lower than that. Here's her OSG. So that's her points earned out of points possible there. And then the adjusted version of that. Here's WUS. Here's UK's. And the breakdown event by event. And then what happens from there, we'll resize again. Thank you, StreamYard, for putting that sticker right in front of where I want to be. We'll give them an enhancement request, and so that's how she ends up 11th here because of those points earned out of points possible. Then when we come here, what I end up doing is I take that points rating, which is the same thing, 73.82. When we go here, 73.82, and then I add in the other stuff, which is her placing bonus, right? So this says, right? So this says anywhere on this placing tab where, in column A, where her name appears, C4, which is this, C4, where her name appears, sum that up, and you should get 47.45. So if you go here, back here, sum this up.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah, I've gotten it as automatic as I can so far. So 47.45. Right, so we go back here. And so that's right. I gave her 10 points for her world record. And that should be the total of those things, D through F. So this is right. For some reason, Nadia's above her, but she wasn't before. So I'm not sure what I did wrong here.
Well, let me see. 59.1.
Yeah, the only thing I can think of is that
really close, but
yeah, the only thing I can think of is here. I have too many Nadias, maybe. Because Nadia wasn't even number 2 before. I mean, she was very high, but she wasn't 2.
Does she somehow have multiples in contests or something? No, because that.
See, there you go.
It should be 37.
Should be 18.65, and it's not.
So it's almost like it's doubling that number. So go back to the open ratings. Yeah, because it's pretty much exactly doubled for the placings bonus.
Okay. So
you don't have a double. You don't have a multiplier in there though.
Oh. C11. Oh, wait a minute.
Oh, for C11 though. So it's combining.
Nadia C10, not C11.
Yeah, so it's combining Kira Rickson, I guess, and Nadia.
C4. C19. Okay, hold on. This might be a quick fix, people.
Isn't technology fantastic?
Yeah, especially when you're live.
Yeah, I know, right? Hey, like I said, you're the guru, you know.
All right, Annabelle's number one again. Let's
There
see.
you go. So
Let's
now
sort it.
yeah, I was gonna say now are you able to block it that way and sort by the total?
Now I'm losing all my leverage and making you watch me go through all 248 of them one by one because I messed up.
No, that's fine. They were only a couple numbers off, so
All right. So now we sort by column B, smallest to largest, and we should be good to go. And there's your 248th. So we can kind of, work our way up quickly. Where do you want to start in the list, Isaac? I think we're working now.
Awesome. Well, let's just browse through the. Well, if we go from the bottom, this is gonna end up being like a 2-hour live stream.
Yeah, so basically I'll go through them quickly and just give you what you're seeing. So basically you're seeing the points earned out of points possible rating here.
Everyone their moment of fame and glory, ideally.
Yeah, they'll definitely get it because I'm going to do an edited version of this where I go through everyone in detail and show you how I broke it all down. But yeah, we'll go through it quickly. So we have Heather Morgan at the bottom, Morgan Patterson 247, Karen Santamaria, Megan Dealey, and again, this is points earned out of points possible. Placing bonus means the ones that are 0, quite frankly, I haven't gotten to them yet. I have like 80 more to do. So these placings may move up a bit. Yeah, I've done maybe 3/4 of them. So this would be, they would get that placing bonus that we talked about over here.
Oh, gotcha. Okay.
Right. So as you can see, you get a bigger bonus when you beat more people. So for example, if Nadia was first in a field of 30, she'd get more of a bonus.
Gotcha. Okay, so since Nadia got 8th place out of 8, then she gets 1 point for it. So
yes, exactly. Gotcha. Yeah, nobody gets 0 points. Even last place gets 1 point, and that was honestly like the only down point of her year.
Still, I mean, she still had a pretty fantastic year overall, though.
Absolutely. It was funny because I'd forgotten how many records she set this year. And so I DM, Nadia and I, we talk, we get along well. So I reached out to her and I said, hey, did you set 1 overhead record or 2 this year? And she's like, well, it's like 5 or 6, depending on how you count it. I'm like, wait, what? Because she had other records that were not just overhead that I didn't know about from Static Monsters. So, yeah, and she beat the log and then beat her own log again. So, yeah, it was...
She's going places, not gonna lie.
Yeah. So then we have, let's see, Amanda Schaefer, Jillian Phillips, Miriam Rojas, Suhani Gandhi, Malin Anderson, Allison Thorne, and anybody in the comments that wants to talk more about any of these athletes, please let us know. Kaylin Pro, Dee Payton, Jessica Wong, Morgan Quimby. Actually, you know what? Why don't I start with the ones I've done? How about that?
Yeah, that's probably a good idea.
So that only brings us up to 209, but Jackie Hoyle, Kim Scott's a good friend of mine. So Anthony San Lorenzo and TR Manthe, like Kim Scott's in that gym.
Oh, okay. Oh, awesome.
Yeah, she was on our channel, remember?
Yeah, she did the Blackwood Ladies of Blackwood live stream that we did, right?
Yeah.
I think she was on that as well.
Yep. Yeah, Kim's awesome.
I don't know. We've gotten so many live streams now. I have trouble keeping them all straight.
Yeah, Jules Mansfield was one of my first interviews, actually, so I haven't gotten to fully compute her yet, but she was really nice as well. So check out that interview if you want to see some of my early stuff before I was good.
Before you were good? There you go.
I mean, the ladies are too nice to say so, but, you were fine. I was terrible with Alila Worley, Katie Rogers, and Christine Matthews.
That was a fun interview, though. I mean,
they liked it, but I was terrible.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. We're both new to the live stream and talking in front of a camera and all that. So
I just tried to practice and get my act together for Donna Moore. That's all.
Yeah, there you go.
Okay, Julia Tomaszewski was 198. These are a little out of order again for some reason, but you know why? Because the zeros are mixed in. So why don't we go above all the zeros? Way up. As you can see, I covered quite a lot of athletes. So 152, Lori McDougall. So she was at a 37.25. Natasha Whitney, 34.6. Christine Galvin, 37.23. Christy Stefanik had a couple of contests this year. She's masters, I believe. Erin Stoney, another good friend of mine, and one of my first interviews as well. So I got to get hers completely done. Sorry, Erin. This your points will go up from here. Let's see. Who else do we have? Elizabeth Nardoni. She is a Strongman Corp. Don't kill me if I get this wrong, Elizabeth. Strongman Corp rep for Missouri, I believe.
Something like that. I can't remember.
Yep. Madeline Garcia, 147. Andreen Helgeson, 139. Josie Menschling. It's still got a little of them, some of them out of order, but should be better.
Yeah.
Yeah. Brittany Ariola, I thought I did already. That's interesting. Isakoro was she was from Mammoth. So we
oh, that's right.
First spoke to her back then. Yeah.
Yeah. I was gonna say a lot of these, same Kim Dirks and stuff. A lot of these names are very familiar. Especially Jessica Fifth and stuff like that. But
yeah, she unfortunately was really sick at Wuss Dubai, so couldn't perform anywhere near her capability there. So that's kind of, and I don't know that she competed besides that this year. So she got credit for Wuss, and she got credit for her world record for the Mauser block at Mammoth.
Oh, gotcha.
Yep.
Yeah, and Katie Rogers is, because it says she's 89th, but now she's.
Yeah. She has a higher score than Jessica, so that makes sense.
Yeah. So some of them are still a little out of order, but
yeah, interesting.
Lacey Carr, I'm familiar. Yeah, a lot of these names I'm familiar with at least.
Right. Victoria Day, Sanda Hager, Jessica Putland, Maggie Alt, Caitlin Haish, Christy Brown. Kelly New, I think, was from OSG. Lauren Taylor, Rachel Flugel competed in a couple of different competitions. Jessica Martinez, Amanda Florentino, Rebecca Houston. Monica Johnson is awesome. Like, if you haven't seen her compete, she competed at Savage Strength with Alila Worley and Katie Rogers. And she competed at, what did she compete at before that? The first I ever saw on her IG, her deadlift really got me because she, I believe, is a 500-pound deadlifter.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, she's strong, very strong.
Yeah, I know, right? A lot of these women are very strong. Okay. Yes. A lot of these women, if they go into any gym anywhere, will put the majority of other gym goers to absolute shame. So
yeah, absolutely. Cherry Muchindu, I think, was at OSG recently.
Okay.
Yep.
Not familiar with that name.
Yep. Because OSG had representation from a couple of African countries this year, so that was really cool to see.
Oh, gotcha. Oh, that's cool. I'll have to look her up.
Mm-hmm. Samantha McLean, Suzanne Shields, Hannah Cold Iron. She's, I think, a friend of Andrew over at Kratos.
Yeah.
So Hannah did well this year. Trissy Hawes, Maggie Katerlick, Deanna Flores. So Deanna set a world overhead lightweight axle press record. She and Carly Oliveira both set that record. So Carly set it first and Deanna beat it.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so she got credit for that. I didn't have details from which show she did it in, so I couldn't give her enough of a bonus there.
Gotcha.
So she's around where she should be. Antonia Varekia, she definitely competed at OSG. 111. Sue Taylor Franklin was at UK's and I think also OSG. Kat Zemke, Samantha Davis, Jordan Beach, Alila Worley, one of our best friends of the show.
There you go.
Yeah.
She's fantastic.
Yeah. So she was at Mammoth, when we first met her, and then she did Savage Strength as well. And then she did Strongman Corp Nationals also. Yep. So moving on up the list, we have Evelyn Valdez. And again, I have no idea why these ratings are still messed up. But, we'll go through the names anyway. Dawn Hall, 33. So she's ranked pretty high. She got a lot of credit for her placing bonus. Cynthia Martinez, Cassandra Concepcion, Joanne Mulligan, Sarah Hernandez, Danielle Llewellyn. Laura Anderson is a legend in Strongwoman, so I don't know if you're familiar. Laura Anderson is considered by some to be the lightweight GOAT.
Yeah, the lightweight GOAT.
Yeah, like the lightweight GOAT conversation goes Laura Anderson, Christina Bangma, Rhiannon Lovelace.
We have a fan in the comments real quick. Isaac Freilish says, Inez is up there for me. She came out of nowhere this year and had some really strong performances, especially at OSG. Top 3 this year or not. She's one to watch for sure. I definitely agree.
Hey man, we like everybody named Isaac. What's up, buddy?
Yeah.
You'll see her. I'll just say this: you'll see her near the very top of the list. Whether it's in the right order or not, the number ranking should be right. So you'll see.
Yes.
She's very, very high on the list.
Yep.
Yeah, she's high on the list either way. So even if you go over to my other list, which sorry I have to keep resizing, but can you see it in this size?
Yeah.
Can you see it okay, Isaac? If I don't do it full screen?
Yeah, no, I can see it fine.
All right, so I can
if
go.
anyone's watching on their phone or anything like that, maybe let me know if you can't see it. But
yeah, I can go up to this big without. Yeah, there we go. So yeah, even if you check my other list, you'll see she's number 6 on that list, even if you don't count the placing and all that stuff. So yeah, going back to the main list, we have Ashley Butler, Christy Sene. She is. I'm trying to remember what her IG handle is. She has a clever IG handle, and she and her husband or partner, Gary Biceps, I think he is. They have a channel together.
Oh yeah,
yeah. So they always have a lot of great instruction. You guys should check out. She has her own channel, and they have IG together. You should check them out both. Really, a lot of great stuff to learn there.
Yeah, I'll definitely have to check that out.
All right, so we have Miranda Demark, Carla Vermack, Corey Butler, who has been on my channel as well. Corey's a sweetheart.
Yeah, she's fun.
Yeah, she competed a lot this year as well. So, again, we can stop and look at a few of these. So if you look at Corey Butler, it's as easy as just basically filtering here, and you'll see she competed at Wuss Dubai, at America's Strongest Woman, at Rainier. So you might actually, can you see underneath this all my tabs, or can you only see the Excel?
Yeah, no, I can see the tabs, the women's data, women's placing data, all that.
No, I mean my Chrome tabs at the very top of my screen. No? Okay, so if you'd see my computer, it's a mess. Like, I'm bringing you things that, no offense, because he's an incredible guy, things that are not even on Strongman Archives. Like, you probably won't find Rainier there. America's Strongest Woman might be there, but some, like Savage Strength, is definitely not there. He'll probably get there eventually, but I'm trying to bring notice to athletes that aren't noticed anywhere else. So hopefully you appreciate that.
Which I'm sure he will get to it at some point, but it might be something where once he's able to hire some other people to help him out or something like that, because he is very busy.
He intends to do national and below. It's just so much, like, for people who have never done it before, he and I understand each other and how much work it is. But you basically have to pick your battle. You have to pick, I'm going to complete this piece of it and then build the next piece on and choose which piece that is to go first. But yeah, so Corey competed at these 3 areas, and here's the breakdown of all the points earned versus points possible and all those sorts of things. So really awesome to watch Corey Butler. And it was cool that she was at Wuss Dubai because a little more of an international presence was able to see her compete. So that was pretty cool. Moving on up, we have Janet Mcgraw, Bailey Desheen, Jennifer Lyle, who is a really strong up-and-comer. Our buddy, Costin Sutton, knows her well, or knows of her well, and definitely a fan. Brendali Theron is from Africa's Strongest Woman, I believe. So it's cool. And that one did come from Strongman Archives. What's up, Elwa?
I feel like we've given him a shout-out every week the last couple weeks. So
he works hard. He deserves it. Sorry, Middle East Strongest Woman. My bad. So it was Middle East Strongest Woman.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So, Middle East, both the men and the women were great shows. Mary Christie. So now we're getting into a few of the higher ones. Abigail Deal, Amanda Mondragon. Hallie Manipul was on my channel in the early days as well, along with Matt McDougall, her boyfriend. That was a good interview as well. If you haven't checked that one out, check it out. And besides being an incredible strong woman, she's an unbelievable artist. Gotta check out her artist website, and you'll be blown away by. She does like portraits and both animals and people, and they're just unbelievable.
I do fantastic stick figures, but
that's
about it. With the smiley face on it,
you should monetize that, man.
Right.
With the days of NFTs now, like, if it's a unique stick figure that you've only made one of, you can sell it. I'm thinking of doing that with this spreadsheet once I get it all fixed here. make an NFT out of it, because this spreadsheet is not fungible, man. Like, you cannot funge with this spreadsheet.
That's true. I was gonna say you could potentially even sell it to Elwa and see if he can add it to his site somehow.
Yep. So we got Destiny Taylor, Carly Oliveira, who I mentioned earlier, who had that overhead lightweight axle press record before Deanna Flores beat it later on.
Yeah.
Andrea Thompson comes in 37, only because I only know of one competition she competed in, which was WUS.
Okay. I was gonna say, I'm surprised she came in that low. I figured, I just assumed she was gonna be a place higher.
Yeah, it's just because of lack of being prolific.
Lack of competitions.
Yeah. Because if you go into, and by the way, Big Laz is her coach. Laz, if you're watching, correct me if I missed a competition, please. I want to be. Yeah. So if we go here, all I have for her is WUS Dubai, and I believe she was 4th of 8 there. So we can look her up on this spreadsheet as well.
Yeah. Okay. Gotcha.
Yeah, I think it was because of the Atlas Stone. She was doing really, really well until the Atlas Stones at the end.
Yeah, I remember that.
Yep. But yeah, like in the first list, you do better with just points earned and points possible, and it doesn't matter how prolific you were. In the second list, if you competed a lot and did well, it matters a lot.
Yeah. Which
is what this column
is. That's why we discovered Alexi.
Yes.
In our last list.
Yep. Erin Walclett, another powerhouse in the USA.
Yep.
Carly Andrews, Shayna Velez, Sandra Bradley from Germany. So Sandra Bradley doing well this year as well. Eliza Snyder, number 12. Wow, I had not heard of her before. Let's check out how she got that high. I'm interested.
Wow, yeah. I was going to say that's one I've heard her name before, but I can't think of what she competed in.
So I'm going to guess it was Strongman Corp Nationals, because it was a big field, and if you beat that many people, you get a lot of points. Let's see.
True.
Oh, it was USS Nationals.
Oh, USS.
Yeah, so it was USS Nationals. Her points earned out of points possible were really high, and she probably won the division.
Yeah. Awesome.
You learn as you go.
I know, right? Hey, this is all new to me too. So this is fantastic.
Yeah, from what I'm seeing of these numbers, they're all right. They're just out of order. So like 12th place is correct for this total. So we have Rachel Greathead, Ashley Crawford, Billy Bercume, Samantha Pugh. Working our way up, Raquel Walters. Anna Harjapa, I think, was also at WUS. So she came in. 45 is good in a field of 248. Yeah, OSG.
Okay. There you go.
Yeah.
A lot of these athletes are from OSG.
Yeah, because again, like
when there's, however many hundred.
Yeah, if you're in a field of 19 and you beat 18 of them, you're going to get a big bonus.
Yeah, definitely.
And you deserve it, right?
Oh, for sure.
Chloe Brennan at the even 100th place. Adrian Snyder. Rebecca Cumsty I became aware of from UK's Strongest Woman, and she's quite a competitor. Reina Garcia, Paige Swa, Sam Taylor, who was also at UK's, and probably also OSG, I believe.
Okay.
Alexandra Castellanos. Faith Aviv Totiana. I think she's from Africa's Strongest Woman, I believe. Let's look her up.
Yeah.
Give her a little shout out. 2021 Africa's Strongest Woman, which I got from Strongman Archives as well. Thank you again, Alwa, for bringing some of the competitions that we're not aware of. But yeah, as you can see, here's the breakdown of events, and she did really well there. Has the always fun Conan's Wheel.
Yeah, right? I would love to try one of those sometimes, but at the same time, maybe not. That's a lot of cardio.
Oh, that's funny. Jennifer Preenitz at 21. She scored really well also, so let's keep our eyes on her going forward. Britta Maggard, 43. I think she was at OSG and competed in another competition as well. Kendra Danzer, Jessica Rush, number 63. Jessica, not sure if you're watching. You did like my post earlier, so maybe you're watching. Jamie Shama, number 81. Jessica Garcia, 20. Wow. Let's see what she competed in. Maybe USS as well. So it's always better to have the data, Isaac, than to try to remember off the top of your head what 248 people competed in.
Yeah, I was gonna say when it's a pool of 10, I think it's passable. You know, when there's 248, forget it.
Yeah. So yeah, it was Strongman Corp Nationals, and she placed 10. So out of 35. So she beat 25 people in her class, which gets her big bonus points. On top of the points earned out of points possible. Good going, Jessica Garcia. We're going to keep our eyes on her. Let's try to get her on the show.
Yeah, definitely. And World's Strongest Blacksmith says, will both the men's and women's lists be available for later?
Yes, they are actually, once I get it all worked out, it's available on my channel. It will be available on my channel on the membership. So I do reserve this much work for the membership because it is like,
might as well monetize a little bit for the
a month and a half of work. Yeah, it's
right,
a crazy amount of work.
No, I think that's very understandable.
Yeah, but it's not just these lists. I actually, on my my level 2 membership, I put every spreadsheet I've ever made, predictions, results, my ratings, everything. So yeah, it's actually quite an incredible bargain compared to what I get paid in my day job to do similar work.
Getting tenths of a penny per hour for the amount of work that you're putting in.
Yes. Megan Hogg, she was at Mammoth. So that's where we first heard of Megan Hogg. And then she did a couple of the competitions after that. So let's check it out. Let's see, my mouse is failing me. So let's use my trackpad. Go to the placing data. Megan Hogg was at OSG, at USS Nationals, and at Mammoth this year.
Wow.
Yeah. So 9th out of 21 at OSG is very good. Made it into the finals and then ended up coming in 9th out of those 10. 2nd in USS Nationals and 4th at Mammoth, which may I recall for you if you don't recall, they mixed the middleweight and heavyweight together, and she's a middleweight. So it's Christine Matthews ended up coming in, if you don't remember, coming in 2nd to Alila Worley, and she has competed lightweight.
I know. I was gonna say it. I'm almost wondering if you should change her multiplier on that for Mammoth, just because she was competing out of her weight class. But
yeah, Isaac's always looking for more work for me to do.
I know. I'm always like, how can I keep John busy? So
a true friend.
Yeah, I know. Just keeping you out of trouble. That's my only goal.
Yep. Gabby Dixon comes in 79th place. Okay. Sherry Zimmerman, 32nd. Gabby actually did really well at OSG as well. She had a very good year. Did you catch her car walk at OSG? I would call that her best moment of the year. It was like, even Laz was saying that her feet were moving so fast, it looked like the Flintstones. It looked like somebody sped up the film.
Oh, that's fantastic.
Yeah. Katie Gutwald, I was trying to get her on tonight. She actually has her own meal prep company, and she's starting her prep for Arnold's this year as well. So awesome to see that Katie did so well. 48 out of 248 is really an incredible finish. So, Katie, you're probably asleep right now, but when you wake up tomorrow, if you see this recording, hopefully you're happy with that performance. It's a really, really good finish.
Yeah, definitely.
Aisha Ula is a Masters who I first saw compete open at UK's Strongest Woman and then Masters at OSG. So she ended up doing very well. A little bit toward the bottom of the heap at UK's because it wasn't open against people like Donna Moore. But at OSG, where she was in Masters, like in her age group, she won Masters at OSG. So
wow.
Great, incredible finish for Aisha Ula. Leilani Brown, 29. So she did very well as well.
Yeah.
Holly McRae, 52. Kiki Burley Johnson, who is one of the sweetest people in all of Strongwomen. If you've never met Kiki, you should shoot her a DM and become a fan. You will become a fan. She competed Masters as well at OSG this year. And I actually met her through Donna Moore. They are good friends. And got talking with Kiki, and she's like very, very nice. So I was rooting big time for her at OSG. She had some trouble with the log. I think she zeroed the log, but then did incredibly fast car walk. So awesome to see her. 31 for her. Very high finish, Kiki. Congratulations.
Yeah, definitely.
Crystal Stanzik comes in at 54. I'd say anything under 100 is good. And then you have Gabby Bergholzer, 5. Wow, I didn't realize she was that high.
Man,
Gabby's been on our show a couple
times. Yeah, I was gonna say Gabby is an absolute monster. She's a phenomenal athlete, and she's fun to follow too. She posts some interesting posts on Instagram.
Yeah, let's see. Let's just make sure my math is right there, because I didn't remember her being that high, but hey, maybe she is. All right, so she competed at Mammoth. She competed at Savage Strength, I believe. Oh, Mammoth was just the record breaker. So I have her. I have that separately added. So she was at ASW. I forgot about that. So she placed 2nd out of 3 at ASW and 1st out of 2 at Savage Strength. So I would say this might be a little bit. There weren't a lot of competitors, so the bonuses she gets reflect that. That's why they're low, because she didn't beat a lot of people. But the points earned out of points possible will be somewhat high.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay. Still, I mean, she's an incredible athlete, though, like I said. So.
Yeah. So if we go here. Yeah, here's where you see her. Yeah, this doesn't look right. I don't think 5 is right there. But let's see how the other ones look. Maybe I should just run right up to the top and see if number 1's still Annabelle. No, it went back. Look at that. It was right for a while.
Yeah, now Nadia is back to 1st.
Yeah, and Becca Roberts is not 16 either.
Yeah.
Well, I apologize, everybody.
But
you saw it working, so I don't know what happened.
It was working for a while.
What did I fix before?
So check Nadia again, because I know last time when we checked her,
this changed.
the C rating was in the wrong spot on her call.
Same thing here.
Yeah, because she's back at C10 again. Nadia is back at C10.
Yeah, why is it? I never did an undo, so not sure why that's happening. See, for all of you watching, you're supposed to do these mess ups not live. And then you keep recording over and over till you get it right, and that's
still an incredible amount of work that you've put into this. And
they don't drink either. I can't even blame it on that.
You don't drink? Oh, well, I don't know what to tell you then.
All right, so
maybe we'll just look at like the top 25 then.
Yeah, I think they're all right now again, until it decides to change itself again. Oh boy! All right, so I'll just go. I'll just quickly scroll up. You can see where everybody was. We'll call out the ones we did before. Kim Scott's at 213. Jules Mansfield 210. Okay. Randy Yarber was one I was watching. She is belt fed strength. Have you ever seen their belts?
Yeah.
She's Mrs. Belt Fed Strength on IG.
Mrs. Belt Fed Strength.
Yep. Let's see. Gemma Ferguson at 189. She was at UK's Strongest Woman. Alex McKee was at Savage, I believe. It was when. Do you remember when Alila Worley and Katie Rogers says, like, we found a new friend and we're bringing her this time?
Oh, yeah.
I think that's who it is, Alex McKee.
Oh, gotcha. Okay.
Yeah. Rosemary Dillman, Jane Mafor. She was at OSG as well. Veronica Rulikova did a couple of different shows this year. This looks like the right one. Leia Castonia was at Savage Strength and at Mammoth. Erin Stoney, we know from Mammoth. There's Elizabeth Mardoni at 151. Yeah, this looks right now.
Okay.
Lisa Coro, we mentioned. Katie Rogers is 134.
Yeah,
Well,
so I think Katie was like 70 something last time. So her
80
position,
something. Yeah.
yeah, 80, yeah. So some of them switched significantly. Some of them are still semi.
Yep. There's Monica Johnson. And let's just make sure we're still C101. Yep. Okay.
Yeah. Okay.
Deanna Flores, we mentioned. There's Alila Worley at 95. Laura Anderson, we mentioned at 87. Christy Sene, we talked about.
Corey Butler's down low now, too.
Yep. Corey's 82, which still isn't bad out of 248.
Yeah. Oh, definitely.
Haley Manipul, 74. Haley actually has more shows that I don't think I captured because she won like 3 shows in a row at one point. So I don't think I have them all. She should actually be higher. Rebecca Comsty at 56. Sam Taylor, 53. They're both from UKs. There you go. Jessica Rush, I think, is right around where she was, 47.
Yeah, and Kiki's still kind of similar. Okay, so Gabby moved a bit, though.
Megan Hogg moved up, so she's 44 now.
Mm-hmm.
Gabby Dixon moved up. She was like 100 before.
Yeah.
So 43 for Gabby Dixon. Good.
Gabby
Gutwald, 41.
Bergholzer moved down because now she was in 5th. Now she's 35th.
That makes more sense with the math that I have for her. Yep. Kiki's at 37, which is around where she was. As you said, Gabby Bergholzer, 35, which is a great finish in this.
Oh, yeah.
In this list. Rhiannon Lovelace, 32. Some people may have thought she would have done better than that. Like if you would ask people without doing any math, who are the best strong women in the world, they would put Rhiannon in the top 10, I think.
Yeah.
So you ask, like, why not? I think I showed the math, right? So,
and I mean, maybe she didn't compete in enough competitions to score high enough overall, or there could be other factors why she's not top 10 right now.
The biggest factor for me is a positive accolade for her, which is she competed at UK Strongest Woman, which is open, and she's a lightweight. So that's why her points earned at a points possible are not what they could be, because she competed against heavyweights at
yeah.
Because when she competed at OSG in her own weight class, she was 2nd. So there you go.
Oh man.
Yeah. Speaking of, I haven't seen the name who beat her at OSG yet. Who I want to give a lot of credit to. That's Shannon Clifford. So Shannon Clifford was also at UK's competing open. And I said to myself, they had a tug of war, right? Which is going to favor the heavier athlete. Almost always.
Oh, definitely.
So I saw how she competed there, and I'm like, man, put her in a competition in her own weight class, and she's going to do damage. So that happened at OSG, and she won her weight class. Like, when you win your weight class in a competition that includes Rhiannon Lovelace, that's saying a lot.
Oh, definitely. Well, and I mean, just seeing that she scored 24th out of 248,
yeah,
that's really good.
Yeah, absolutely. Then we have Jody Kennedy at 23, Mary Colasanto at 22. So now we're working our way up the right way. Bobby Sundberg at 21, Kirsten Ostby at 20, Haley Hendricks 19, Lucy Underdown, who we know this year because of first woman to deadlift 300 kilos.
Oh, gotcha. Oh, that's right. I forgot about that.
Yep. So that's the 10-point bonus she gets here for setting that world record.
That's awesome.
Yep. Number 17, Shawn Hairston, who I had not heard of.
No.
But she is from, we can check out here. Strongman Corp Nationals, places 1 out of 21.
She placed 1 out of 21. Oh my goodness.
So that's what happens when you beat that much of a big field. You get a lot of points for it.
So what you're saying is I just have to go to nationals and podium and I'll be set.
Well, I mean, you get multiplied down though. So here we can, just to show people who are going to say, oh, it's nationals, it's not a Giants live show or whatever. Nationals gets a 0.8 multiplier. So you get dissed a little bit for it not being a top of the top show. So
That's still pretty good, though.
So settle down, everybody. It's all taken into account.
Settle down, all you in the back. I hear you grumbling in the back.
All you in the back, settle down. All right, so that's Shawn Hairston. Then we're getting to the top of our list now. 16, Donna Moore. So because she only did 2 shows. So
okay, gotcha. And she didn't set any records this year. So
not that I'm aware of, but if I missed one, please let me know. Donna,
if you watch this, please shoot John a DM and correct him.
She knows how to reach me. We wished each other Happy New Year, so she knows how to reach me. So
there you go.
Donna, I apologize if I missed anything. Let me know. But I'm aware of the 2 shows and no world records this year. So even if it's a national record, let me know, by the way. Anybody who set a national record, let me know, because Corey Butler's was an American record, and she got credit for that.
Right.
On this list.
Because you don't get the full 10 points for a national record, right? You get
8.
8 points? Okay, gotcha.
Yep, you get 8. Same thing for Melissa Peacock. So she had 1 record that was a world record and 1 record that was a Canadian open record, not Canadian middleweight record, which is what she is, but Canadian open record. So she got like 10 and 8. So she got 18.
Nice.
Yep. Which, by the way, I don't remember seeing her yet. Did we? Is she?
No, I was just going to say I haven't seen Melissa's name yet.
I guess she's this high up. 15, Victoria Long. So Victoria only competed in 2 competitions this year. They were the Rainier Classic and I think America's Strongest Woman, which again, America's is a national, so it's times 0.8, so it brings her down a little bit. But in terms of points earned out of points possible, I think she was 4. Like she's hard to beat in that area.
Because the Rainier was Rainier international?
4. No, as far as I'm aware, it was not.
Okay, that's what I thought.
I mean, it was supposed to be in the sense that there were supposed to be Canadian athletes there, but I know that Sam Beliveau and Max Boudreau didn't go, and I think it became more of really an American show. But you know, if I'm wrong about that,
as far as I can think, I think the only ones that I remember were all Americans that were there. So it was still a very heavy show and a very but just a national show, you know,
for sure.
Here's
the aforementioned Melissa Peacock coming in 14th place. Fantastic. Congrats.
Man, that is absolutely fantastic.
I gotta say, like any list, no matter how you do the math, if you're ahead of Victoria Long, you're really like you have done something. Because I for those of you who watch my channel, you know the nickname I've come up with, which is the unbeatable Victoria Long.
Yeah, I was gonna say, even if you lose to Victoria Long and get 2nd place, that's still pretty good. Like
Inez Carrasquillo lost to Victoria Long at Rainier. She came in 2nd to her, and look what she did with the rest of her year.
Yeah, right.
Yep. Jessica Helms, who was on our show very recently, number 13. Jessica, check that out. So congrats to you. 70.48% of points earned out of points possible. And then she gets these bonuses for her performances. Sorry, I just scrolled. There you go. And let's take a look at how that was accomplished. Yeah, so Strongman Corp National, she was 3rd in a field of 35.
35.
Yeah.
Man. That's pretty impressive. That's very impressive.
Takes some doing.
Yeah, for sure.
Number 12, Kelly Jones. So her rating 97.34. We're getting close to 100 points now. And again, this is like AP classes in high school. You can score over 100 if you had world records or got a bonus for having very good placings. Number 11, Emma Pruitt. So she comes away with 98.44. So Isaac, who's your top 10? What do you think?
Well, I know Annabelle Chapman is there and Nadia Stowers. I'm trying to think of one. Is Inez in there? Because she's top 10. I'm trying to think of who else we haven't seen yet.
Olga is number 10.
Oh, that's true. That's Olga right. I forgot about Olga.
Yeah.
So, barely, man. She just by a couple points there, or tenths of a point.
Couple tenths, yeah. And just to give you a comparison to the other list, she was second in the other list. So pure points earned out of points possible, she's second place. But when you add in the other factors, she's 10, which is still amazing.
10th is still really good. I mean, it's still top 10. So there you go.
Number 9, Kira Rickson, who
wow.
Yeah, is she from the U.S.? Because we should get her on the show if the time zones work out.
I do not remember off the top of my head.
So let's see where Kira competed. I had the bright idea to try to get people on the show like today. So nobody was available.
She got first out of 35 at Strongman Nationals.
Yep. Dang. And then 5 out of 13 at USS. Yeah, so
she did still really good, but
yeah, she did incredibly well. So she's number 9. Number 8, Inez Carrasquillo. So she comes away with the first score over 100, 101.26. Wow. AP classes for you.
She had a pretty fantastic year.
Yeah, let's have a look. So Inez was at, as I just mentioned, Rainier. She was at OSG. And forgive me, Inez, I know it is INES on your IG, but it was INEZ on the place, these different contests I copied from. So it was just copy paste. I apologize. So, OSG and Rainier. So she was 3rd out of 19 at OSG. So that is an incredible, incredible finish. And as I said, second only to Victoria Long at Rainier, which might as well be first.
Yeah. That's a pretty, wow. That's impressive. And okay, and she didn't have any records this year, right?
Not that I'm aware of, but I don't know. You got to get some special points for that log performance at OSG. That was something to behold.
How many reps did she get? It was
double digits.
Yeah. I want to say it was like 12 or 13 reps, something like that. Like
it was at least 11. Yeah, it was
something crazy. That was pretty phenomenal. That was one of the highlights of this year, I think.
For sure. I mean, that show had 2 highlights in log press, Inez and Dimitar Sevatinov.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah. Dimitar, man, I wish I could get him on the channel sometime, but he got rid of his IG, and I don't know how to get a hold of him.
Yeah, I know. I was trying to find him on IG as well. But Inez, for those of you that missed it, Inez and Erin Murray were on together on the channel. You should go check out that interview. That was really a fun one. Number 7, Jamie Navarro, who I don't think we had heard of either.
No.
So let's check her out. Wow. Both nationals this year, Strongman Corp and USS.
And she did pretty well in both.
And then if you look at her event by event, you have them here. So, I mean, look at this. Log press, 32.5 out of 35 points. Like, you're 26.5 out of 35. Like, these are huge. 34 out of 35, 35 out of 35. This is why. Like when you consistently beat the whole field in every event, like you're gonna rate very high.
That's one of the things, because that's one of the things that you see in CrossFit a lot too. Is there'll be like 100 potential points, and someone will get 92 points in one event, and then 70 whatever in the next, and then 90 again in the third, and all of a sudden they're in first place by a massive margin. And that's one of the things I like about Strongman is that. Typically, there's like 10 competitors, so it's a little bit, the points are easier to add and subtract for us meatheads. When you get 35 competitors in the field, man. But yeah, she did fantastic.
Absolutely. Number 6, our friend Jessica Mitchell.
There you go. Awesome.
I actually told her a little earlier because she had she reposted my post about this live stream. And I was like, you should watch. You did really well. Like,
well, shout out to Jessica. That's fantastic.
What's up, Jessica? Jessica is like walking around with championship belts like a pro wrestler. It's unbelievable. Like, I think she got like 2 national championships and 2 pro cards this year. I think from USS and Strongman Corp, something like that. But,
that's awesome.
she had quite an incredible year. So Jessica Mitchell, good friend of the show. She's been on twice and always have a great time. Congratulations, Jessica. Number 6 of 248 strong women that I tracked in 2021. And that includes the whole world.
Yeah, that's pretty fantastic.
And she's our friend. Number 5, who was also on our show very recently, Erin Murray. So if you, as I said, if you take pure points earned out of points possible, no one beats Erin Murray. She's number 1. If you take the other factors of her placings, which are also very high, she's number 5 out of everybody that I've tracked. Erin Murray also. Congratulations to Erin Murray.
I mean, that's almost podiuming out of 248 people. That's pretty good.
Imagine if that were a contest, like it's impossible to achieve that.
248 competitors in one class.
And I'm sorry to keep patting us on the back, but Nancy Johnson was on our channel too. So what's up, Nancy? Number 4 out of 248 for 2021, 112.08 rating for Nancy Johnson. Just incredible performances. So we have our top 3, Isaac. You mentioned that Annabelle's in there, and I don't think we've seen Nadia yet, so she must be there.
No, I'm trying to think of who the other one would be, though.
So I don't want to. Maybe I shouldn't say it. I don't want to talk negatively at all about anybody on this list. Whoa, but the number 2 person going into OSG, I said would ahead of time in my prediction would beat the number 1 person on this list at OSG, and she did. So
really?
It makes me wonder which should be number 1 and number 2. But then I fall back on the math is the math. So the number 1 is the number 1 because the achievements are there.
Well, and I mean, as we talked about with our other list too, because Alexi did come in first overall, but he got beat by a bunch of the guys that he beat a bunch of the guys on the list that he lost to in competition.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I guess this list is looking more for consistency rather than like if you had to make a bet in any given competition, who would you put money on? And I guess that's more this list.
No, that's more this list.
Because consistency.
This is in any given event. This list is who's most dangerous at any given moment. This list is who's accomplished the most over time.
That's true. Yeah.
Yeah. Which is why in this list, the person who's number 2 in the other list is higher than the person who's number 1 in the other list. This list supports my argument of that person would beat the other person and did at OSG. See, follow me?
Yeah. Okay.
All right. So let's see who they are. Number 3.
So then 3 is probably Nadia then.
Yeah, Nadia Stowers. So Nadia, not the greatest points earned out of points possible in the world. Still good, but not as high as some of the others.
She set a ton of records.
Yeah, but her placings were really good, so she got a bunch of points there. And then, except for Wuss, her placings were really good. And she had a bunch of records. So I gave her 4 of the records. She had 1. She told me she tied a record, so I didn't give her that one. I was only giving points for beating records. And then, let's see, why didn't I give her the other one?
Because she broke her own record?
No, I gave her that one twice. There's a reason why I didn't.
Okay.
I don't remember what it was. But, yeah. Number 3, Nadia Stowers. Congratulations, Nadia. Fantastic finish. 3rd best in the world.
She's been on the show too. So
been on the show too. It's funny, out of the top 10, let's see. Olga hasn't because of the time zone thing.
Yeah.
Kira, I'm very sorry to say I just wasn't aware of you yet, but definitely have to have you on. Jamie Navarro has not. Everyone else on this list has been. Nadia. And then the next 2, again, I'd love to have on the show. Probably a time zone issue as well. But number 2, Rebecca Roberts. So Rebecca Roberts, I first saw at UK's as well. She ended up winning OSG. Rebecca Roberts is pretty unstoppable. She's pretty new in the sport as well and has made a lot of progress in this past year, but she's pretty unstoppable. And I said she would win OSG, and she did.
Awesome.
Yeah.
That
leaves. Go ahead.
I was going to say, even getting second out of 248, though, is absolutely insane. to consider.
Yeah, absolutely. And of course, number one is probably not a surprise. It's like if you would ask the man or woman on the street who number one should be, they would all say Annabelle Chapman, and that's who the math says number one is as well. So Annabelle Chapman, I'm sure Costin's really happy to see that. He's a big fan.
Yeah, right?
Yeah.
Well, and by a fairly decent margin too, by 10 points. That's
because winning 3 shows gives you a margin.
Yeah, it gives you a pretty big margin.
Yeah, and like I said on our last live stream, she won what was it, Wuss, and then won Britain's less than 48 hours later, I believe it was. Yeah. So it was like just incredible.
What absolutely insane to think about. Like,
yeah. And to kind of caveat what I said before, the only reason I said Becca Roberts would beat her at OSG is because Becca Roberts placed higher at UK's. That's all. Like, I'm not trying to disparage anybody.
That's still pretty phenomenal, though. And I mean, you can look at it like the points rating. She only got 73.82 whatever points. And even looking at these top 10, there's several of the ladies that got more than her. Well, even Kelly got more and stuff down at 12. So you can look at it that way.
The other list will tell you all of them. So
right, and so that's why she's quite a ways further down in the other list. Doesn't even make the top 10, actually. Yeah, you're right.
Right.
But then when you actually calculate out placings and all that sort of stuff, her position jumps significantly. So
yeah, Donna Moore beats her in this list. Donna Moore won UK's where Annabelle was 5th. So,
yeah. That's crazy, though. So if you have to bet on an entire year, Annabelle is the one to bet on. If you're betting on an individual show, Erin Murray is the one to bet on. Which, I mean, 88 over 81 is a significant jump as well. So,
yeah. Yeah, and Erin's also a middleweight. So if you had to bet on a heavyweight, it's Olga.
Well, that's okay. Yeah, that's a good point. So,
yeah. And then
I don't know. I almost feel like the middleweight class is more competitive than the heavyweight in a ways. Like, I just feel like there's so many more middleweights who are just ridiculously strong for their size. And they still have that speed. Whereas the heavyweights, if you have a fast heavyweight, like, yeah, I don't know. That's a whole other video. We could get onto that another time too. But
Corey Butler's a pretty fast heavyweight.
Yeah, that's true. There are some heavyweights that are fast too, but it's not as common. So if they have the strength and the speed, they're unbeatable. Whereas I feel like that's a more common combination to see in the middleweights.
Yeah, yeah.
But
yeah, Erin's just a beast. She's unbelievable. I do have a feeling though that like anything Victoria Long competes in, she would win. So the fact that she competed at 2 contests that I deemed as national and not international dinged her a little bit. Like brought her points down a little bit. So she very likely is the best heavyweight in the world.
Yeah, I could definitely see that. And she didn't set any records this year, though. Because I was going to say, because she holds a couple records, doesn't she?
All I know is the last time she competed in, it was either, I think it was Strongest Woman in the World or World's Strongest Woman. She was second to Donna Moore. So,
gotcha.
Yeah, and Donna Moore is considered by many as the greatest of all time. So, you could say Victoria Long is the best heavyweight in the world. That's why I call her unbeatable.
Yeah, I feel like because like Donna's one of those ones where she's probably the greatest of all time. She may not win every contest, but she's probably going to do fairly well in most contests that she goes into.
Yeah.
And she's done a lot over time. And so that's why it's built up that GOAT status.
She also didn't compete at OSG this year, so that would have, I believe that would have raised her rating here if she did.
Probably fairly significantly, because I feel like she probably would have done pretty well.
Yeah, she's won it. She's won it before.
Yeah. if you've already beat it, why get another one under your belt?
Yeah, I think she was saying she wanted to focus on preparing for the Arnolds, maybe.
Yeah.
I could be wrong, but I think that's what it was.
Yeah, because the Arnolds is coming up in 2 months,
March. Yeah,
3
March.
months. Yeah.
Got a couple of interesting shows coming up. Mammoth is coming up again soon. Is it January 25th?
Something like that. I know it's right around the corner.
That should be a really great show.
Mammoth will be fun to watch too. I wonder if they're going to do it on that dirt floor again.
Oh, I'm almost positive they're going to have the same conditions.
That's yeah, they probably will. But I was going to say, let me see, because the Arnold Strongman Classic, yeah, March 5th.
March 5th? Okay.
Yep. Yeah, so the Strongman Classic and the Pro Strongwoman are March 5th, and then the Amateur Strongman World Championships is March 6th.
Okay.
Man, that's coming up.
Yeah. Oh, Mammoth is January 22nd and 23rd. I just found it.
That's right around the corner, too.
Yeah. And then February is South Carolina Strongest Man and Women, where I'm going to be doing color commentary. So a lot of exciting competitions coming up.
Is it actually going to be colorful commentary, or?
Yeah. I'm going to wear multicolored clothing and.
Multicolored clothing.
Hey, you too can go buy your My Block Strongest Man merch and tie dye. It is available for you.
Really, you have tie dye shirts now?
I do.
Wow.
Yes, sir.
I need to get some merch set up. I had some going, and then it hasn't. Sold some shirts and stuff, but haven't done much with it lately.
Yeah. I'm a designer. I'm not a good marketer, I guess.
I'm not much of either, I guess. But awesome. All right.
So what do you think of the list? Do you agree, disagree? What do you think?
Which list? The first or the second?
You can comment on either.
I think I prefer the second. Just because it's taking in a more complete picture, I feel like. The first list, just straight points. I feel like there's so many other factors that play into it that don't get accounted for. But both of them, I mean, I know you spent hours working on both of them, days. So definitely kudos to you for doing that.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
Yeah. So the Strong Woman list will be up on your channel once it's completed then?
Yeah, tomorrow or the day after. Yep.
Okay, nice. Well, if anyone is interested in acquiring the list, make sure that you go over and get the membership option at My Block Strongest Man.
Oh, I didn't even notice Christine was in the comments. What's up, Christine?
Yeah.
Was she saying we appreciate you when I said I did such a poor interview at the beginning of my tenure?
No, I think that was when we were talking about all the competitors and saying how much we appreciate them and all the work they do and all that.
Got it.
So at the how far back was that? It was a little while back.
Can you see this?
Yes.
There's my tie-dye.
Oh, there you go.
That's My Block Strongest Kid.
So if anyone is interested, make sure you head over and buy one of the tie-dyes.
Yeah. Just head over to spreadshirt.com. The link's on my channel. It's one of those buttons on the top right,
Nice.
The one you really want to press.
All righty. Well, anything else you want to cover for today or
No, I think I'm good. Hopefully the ladies watching were happy with their placings once we got them all right, and we'll get the full list out in a nice edited version that won't take an hour and 20 minutes.
I know. Thank you so much for doing that again. Absolutely fantastic. And it's a great reminder to see all these athletes that I'm unfamiliar with, as well as get a reminder of the ones that I am familiar with. So it's good to get them all some exposure.
Who's the final word? Who's the one name you want to have on the show now that you've seen the list?
Definitely Kira Rickson.
Kira Rickson. Yeah, that's
Rickson. Yeah, she was a surprise to me. I'm not familiar with her as much.
Yeah, I would love to get Annabelle Chapman and Rebecca Roberts on the show. It's just they're 5 hours ahead, so I don't know how that would work out.
It might work out well because they're 8 hours ahead of me. So
right, that's true.
It might work out to get them on, but that might be a little sketchy. But if I ever end up on the East Coast, maybe then it'll be easier to get it organized.
Yeah, we got to do one time, like in the middle of the night or something, and get some of the folks from the other side of the world. We'll do like Olga and like Pavlo Kordiaka on at the same time.
Oh, that would be fantastic. We might have to do multiples though, and make sure that we're fully taking advantage of us being awake at midnight to do something like that. So
yes, for sure. Right. All right, but yeah, this was a lot of fun. Hopefully you all enjoyed it. Thank you, Panda Ann, for aka Christine, for the nice shout out. We always do appreciate you, and thanks for putting up with me when I sucked at interviews.
Well, thank you for putting in all the work for it at least. So, and thank you for everyone for watching it. And as always, please like the video, subscribe to my channel, head over to John's, subscribe to his channel, and let us know what you think down below in the comments. So, and that is all for tonight. So just remember to always improve that 1%. Thanks.
Ciao, homie.